Hi, this is Dr. Anna S.2.E.2, and I'm talking to you today about post-traumatic growth and recovery. Let's keep the conversation going forward, and remember to subscribe or like our videos at What is PTSD on YouTube. Just keep connected and you'll get updated releases as they come out. I received a really interesting letter from a high school student by regular mail, which actually surprised me, and he posed a very interesting question. He was focusing on the reason why people commit acts of violence and how to manage the aftermath of trauma. So today's discussion comes from a young person named Kellen Campbell, and Kellen says, I see on the news people doing inhumane things like shootings, suicide. I'm trying to wrap my head around why people would do these things and what drives them to do it. So this is a really interesting thing that it's coming from a high school student. And, it really impresses me, Kellen, that you're interested in these questions and that you're thinking about these really, really important issues. And I just want to applaud your questions and thank you. It's really wonderful to see a young person like yourself keen on helping the world become a better place. Unfortunately, you asked a whole lot of different questions, so we're going to just narrow it down to the topic and focus on what drives people to commit acts of violence, causing traumatic experiences to others, and how those people can get help. There are a lot of drivers to acts of violence. Of course, we know this. One theory in criminal psychology is the rational choice theory, where people are self-interested and they seek to make decisions for the pleasure of themselves. Or there's the strain theory, when a person fails to achieve a certain kind of expectation in society, and as a result, they're unable to get the kind of access to a broad range of opportunities and really feel good about themselves. And they might resort to acts of crime as a form of achievement. And sometimes we hear terrible things occurring in many different circumstances, whether somebody goes in and they do a mass act of violence. Sometimes these are really driven by a sense of a desire to feel like you're achieving something. What a horrible thing. So there can be many reasons behind a similar crime. For example, a person might steal food to eat because they're hungry, or an individual might steal something because they think they can get away with it. However, a great misconception tends to occur when society blames individuals with emotional or mental health issues as a major reason for high crimes, and this is simply not the case. A recent study by the American Psychological Association shows that the total crimes committed by people with serious illnesses, such as bipolar disorder and other, were only 7.5% directly related to mental illness or mental health issues. And when they directly related and mostly related mental health categories, so this is combining all sorts of different serious, significant mental health illnesses and other issues, 1 in 5 crimes studied were related to mental illness. But we should also consider that the definition for mental illness is quite wide-ranging. So smaller illnesses such as seasonal affective disorder to more extreme like borderline personality disorder. However, it's really with great sadness that crimes, especially those of a violent nature or life-threatening nature, tend to have a ripple effect, resulting in acute stress, in some cases of PTSD or secondary trauma for those who are directly affected, as well as individuals in the lives of those who've been injured and the helping professionals who reach out to assist those who've been injured as a result of crime, especially violent crime. Thankfully, we have many different approaches to help in trauma recovery and post-traumatic growth that are effective, and trauma-informed care practitioners, that their numbers are growing across the world. When people are skilled professionals, they can help after trauma with many different approaches, including those that are known as to be effective: cognitive behavior, trauma therapy, trauma practice, which is a triphasic or three-phase approach, eye movement desensitization, thematic map, sensory processing approaches, and many, many more. And it's really growing, because what we're really finding is that people are getting better after trauma. Now, we also have some online approaches, and the one that we use is the Trauma Treatment Online Program, and that starts with a 30-day video stabilization program. And the first 10 days of the video stabilization program are free at whatisptsd.com/find-calm. And we are offering that as a public service as well, because we want people to understand that they can recover after trauma and that there is a mechanism. But of course, that's not a substitution for skilled trauma care. And with many growing number of skilled trauma care, informed care practitioners, we hope that you will get some value from this video talking about this important topic. And thank you, Kellen, so much for raising awareness about post-traumatic growth and recovery. And remember to subscribe. Stay tuned in to youtube.com/whatisptsd channel for more information about post-traumatic growth and recovery. And keep connected after trauma. Remember, this is the recap. 1, there are many drivers to acts of violence. 2, emotional illness is not the main reason for high crime rates. And 3, trauma-informed care professionals have great approaches available to help trauma survivors today. And finally, 4, if an individual is struggling with the aftermath of trauma, they can use online resources if they don't have access to direct trauma care in their community, including our free 10-day video stabilization program at whatisptsd.com/find-calm. Hope these videos are helpful for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share the videos, and keep the conversation about post-traumatic growth and recovery moving forward. Have a question? Ask Dr. Anna at whatisptsd.com/